I don't know about you guys, but whenever I would swing the bottom of the razor scooter around, it would hit that weird bone in my foot, the one that kind of sticks out like that. And gosh, I'm having flashbacks just thinking about that. Welcome back to the Junior Mints podcast. This podcast is here to help you guys navigate life while also helping you guys see the fun sides of life as well. My name is Finn Lawler. I'm your host. Let's jump right in. Today, we're going to be grabbing our Lisa Frank notebooks, sipping our low-rise jeans, and taking a deep dive into the magical pre-social media late 90s to early 2000s. So, here we go. Yes, the sound of a simpler time. A time when a phone call meant the internet was cut off, and your biggest decision was whether to wear a chunky belt with your miniskirt or cargo pants. This was a generation that straddled two worlds, the analog and the digital. We were the last kids to spend our summer days outside, and the first to get lost in the labyrinth of MySpace. True. Let's start with the fashion. Remember the pain of low-rise jeans? I personally don't know because I didn't wear them at all, but the low-rise jeans were everywhere. From Britney Spears to Christina Aguilera, everyone was rocking a dangerously low waistline, usually paired with a crop top that left just a silver of your midriff to shiver in the cool evening air. Now, granted, I never knew that. I was not doing this because I'm a male, not a female, but I'm sure the females were doing. Actually, my sisters were dressing like this. And let's not forget the accessories. We had bucket hats, jelly bracelets, and so many rhinestones. You weren't a true trendsetter unless you had a velour tracksuit, preferably. Yeah, this is all female fashion. So, and what about the toys? Here's where it gets fun. This was a truly unique era for play. We weren't tethered to a screen, but we were definitely on the cusp of the digital pet revolution. Tamagotchi, Furby, even Poochie were the most must-have companions. You spent hours feeding your digital pet and trying to figure out what your Furby was saying. And let's not forget the sheer joy of the Razor scooter. The clatter of those tiny wheels on the pavement, the scraped knees, the thrill of going way too fast down a hill. It was all part of the experience. Now, with a Razor scooter, on the other hand, what I'll say is, I don't know about you guys, but whenever I would swing the bottom of the razor scooter around, it would hit that weird bone in my foot, the one that kind of sticks out like that. And gosh, I'm having flashbacks just thinking about that. But yeah, no, razor scooters I used to crush back in the day. Then there were all the collectibles. Remember Pogs? Those little cardboard discs we collected with no clear purpose other than to, well, collect them? And the Pokemon card game. You had to have the right cards to be a contender on the playground, and trading a holographic Charizard was a high-stakes negotiation. Now, they're still making Pokemon cards, but they're just not as good. It's just not the same as it was back in the day of, like, even 2007. I still have all my Pokemon cards from, like, 2009, so that gives you kind of a sense how old I am. But anyway, our entertainment was a sacred ritual. We had appointment television. You raced home from school to catch the latest episode of Lizzie McGuire, That's So Raven, and Boy Meets World. On weekends, Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network, were our lifelines with shows like SpongeBob, Hey Arnold, the Powerpuff Girls defining our Saturday mornings. And MTV wasn't just a channel. It was a cultural hub. The TRL giving us our daily dose of boy bands and pop princesses. Wow, that just brought me back. Freaking Hey Arnold, dude. Oh, man. And then, what was it? Codename Kids Next Door. That was a good show. Musically, the landscape was a beautiful mess of genres. Pop punk reigned supreme with bands like Blink-182, Good Charlotte, while boy bands and girl groups like NSYNC and the Spice Girls dominated the charts. And then there was the hip-hop and R&B scene with artists like Usher's, yeah, obviously, Destiny's Child, and Eminem dropping iconic tracks that still hold up today. Yes. Wow, this is taking me back. I love this. Our music was tangible. We owned CDs. We made mixtapes and listened to the radio, waiting for our favorite song to come on so we could press record on our tape player. Wow, dude. Nostalgia right there, man. Holy crap. Looking back, it was a time of transition. A time when childhood felt a bit more grounded, more hands on. We built forts and blankets, we played outside until the streetlights came on, and our friendships were forged in real life, face to face interactions. The internet was a tool, not a lifestyle. It was there for us to use for homework or to play flash games on Nickelodeon's website, but it wasn't the constant, all encompassing force it was today. And maybe that's the magic of that era. It was the perfect blend of the old and the new. It gave us just enough technology to feel connected to a wider world, but not so much that it overshadowed simple joys of being a kid. It's a time that, for many of us, represents the end of an era and the beginning of another. So, what are your favorite memories from the late 90s and early 2000s? Let me know down in the comments below, and we can talk about them. Man, I'll tell you this: the early 2000s, wow, that was a time. I personally think the internet kind of ruined everything, and that's just how I feel about it. Because you see so many people, no, so many kids now with phones and iPhones. It's like, bro, I didn't have that when I was a kid. Bro, when I was a kid, I had freaking, those, what is those, the Galactic Hero minifigures from like Star Wars and Toys R Us? Those were good. Those were awesome. I still have some actually. It's fun. I have a lot of stuff stored up in that closet right there. But man, those were the days. So anyway, this has been the Junior Mints Podcast. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening. If you'd enjoyed today's episode, please drop a like, subscribe down below, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.